Apple shares were up again today. They hit their highest levels since late January. The move, capping the best three-day run for Apple in more than 3 years, came a day after activist investor Carl Icahn tweeted that he's made a big investment in the stock, which he considers undervalued. By contrast, tech titan Larry Ellison of Oracle told an interviewer that he doesn't think Apple can regain its past glory without Steve Jobs. Here to debate Apple is Tim Lesko, portfolio manager at Granite Investment Advisors, and Max Wolf, senior analyst at Greencrest Capital. Welcome to you both. Max, I want to begin with you, but before we do, why don't we run that soundbite from the interview the other day with Mr. Ellison? Just listen in.
We saw Apple with Steve Jobs. We saw Apple without Steve Jobs. We saw Apple with Steve Jobs. Now we're going to see Apple without Steve Jobs.
So you're shorting Apple?
I'm not shorting Apple. I think I like Tim Cook. I mean, I think there are a lot of talented people over there.
You just
but Steve
said
is
to me,
irreplaceable.
Apple is going down without Steve Jobs. That's exactly what you said.
Yeah, they
Apple is going down without Steve Jobs.
Okay, I'll say it publicly. He's irreplaceable. Yeah, I don't see how they will not be nearly so successful because he's gone.
They're going down without Steve Jobs. Max, what do you think of that?
So thanks for having me. I think there's always a little bit of Ellison speak, and I don't think it's totally shocking that as a larger-than-life, big ego, big personality who's also a founder over at Oracle, Mr. Ellison is pretty warm to the thesis that his close friend and another founder and larger-than-life titan in Steve Jobs is not replaceable. I think pretty much everyone believes that. The question is the company worth more than where it's trading today? The answer is probably yes, but in the long term, are they going to regain the $700 share price or the momentum or the sort of lonely place atop the smartphone industry? And there I would cautiously, if for different reasons, more or less agree with Larry that I don't think they're going to go back to where they were 2 years ago.
So you think they can be good in the short term, but not great the way they were?
Yeah, I think that's probably where they're going because of the way the technology industry works. It's not really just a story about one larger-than-life CEO.
Tim, let's get you in on this conversation. What do you think of what Max is saying and also what Larry Ellison said? Has Apple lost its magic, and why are you bullish?
Well, I think what the other guest has said is pretty fair. Apple without Steve Jobs may lose the visionary products that are coming down the pipeline 6 or 7 years from now, but the product life cycles that Apple has are usually 5, 6, 7 years in development. So I don't think we've quite.
It looks like we've lost Mr. Lesko's satellite. Max, are you still with us? I hope you are.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right, let's come back to you and hope we can restore Mr. Lesko's signal there. So Icahn goes into the stock. I'm guessing he wants a product called the Icon as the next thing out of Apple. But should I be following what he's doing? I mean, you seem to share his view that at least in the short term, the stock is undervalued. Your concerns are more about the long-term value and questioning those bulls. And boy, I'll bet you Icahn's gone long before this, who would like to see that stock go above 700, 800, 900, maybe $1,000.
Yeah, so certainly Carl Icahn is a legendary investor. He's having a very good year. He's had an incredible career. Always worth taking seriously what he has to say. It's also always worth remembering that Carl Icahn is always investing in two things: his own legacy and position as Carl Icahn and whatever he's talking about in the moment. If you're a retail investor, you should be less concerned with taking care of Carl, who's taken very good care of himself and will continue to do so, and be more concerned in the underlying investment. I think that his thesis makes a certain sense, but he's asking the company to do something that he knows full well that it basically can't and definitely won't do, and folks should factor that in, even though Carl is widely respected and deservedly so, and a sort of leader among in the space.
Max, a lot of people are counting on new products coming out of Apple, most notably in September, a new iPhone. If it's not a wow factor, then what happens to Apple stock after that?
Look, I absolutely agree with you. It's an excellent point. There's going to be a ton of pressure on the new iPad that we think is coming, and at least one new iPhone 5S and maybe a more affordable version. I'll be looking most at iOS 7, the new mobile operating system, which will be running on all of their newer devices pretty quickly once people start downloading it, and also at the phone. So we need to see two things really hit. We need to see some kind of verbiage about new products, perhaps a watch, perhaps some other wearable, which which we think is going to be the future here. And we need to see a public that's excited about this bold new look in iOS 7, the new operating system, which really will look and feel a bit different in the hands of the iPad and iPhone user than iOS 6, the previous operating system, did, because the design and the sort of thematic is radically altered.
All right, Max Wolf, thank you very much. We'd hoped, obviously, for more of a bull-bear debate, but our bull, Tim Lesko, we had a problem with the satellite. We apologize for that, but we're grateful to him for joining us. Appreciate it, Max.
Thank you. Thank you very much.